Awesome, awesome. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Alex here, as always, your friendly host in Phoenix Holdings, and I have the quite the pleasure actually to introduce you guys to SquidGrow, and I'll actually invite the keynote speaker, the Huntsman. You have the floor. Introduce yourself. Give us a couple of words.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining. See 67 people on the chat today. So I am the Huntsman. Stepping in on behalf of Shibtoshi and the team. They had a little bit of conflict of meeting. This AMA came up a little short notice. So I'm going to do my best to answer all your guys' questions, tell you about the project, and just let you guys know what we're all about.
Awesome, awesome. Well, happy that even though we have a small conflict of interest, let's say, we're happy that you can step in. What I can say from the start is that if any questions are unanswerable, let's say maybe you don't have um, the answer, then we can definitely maybe post them in the Telegram, and we can find the answer a bit later. Um, that off the top of my head, and I'll just start with the small question. Um, who founded SquidGrow? How many people in the team? If you can tell us a bit about their roles, and yeah, how do you guys come up with the idea for the token?
All right. So I am, as the Huntsman, I'm not actually part of the official core team. I just know Shibtoshi personally. I've been great friends with him for over 12 years, and just watched him on his whole crypto journey. So the core founding team members, there's three, Shibtoshi being the main developer and team leader. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. And then you have Noah, who's with PR and marketing. And then you have another guy named Rdub, who's also with marketing management, and he's really stepping up to become a core leader of this group as well. So from what I have seen on the sideline of this project development, Shibtoshi's been in the crypto industry for a very long time. He's actually he held a very big Bitcoin wallet long before he made this famous SHIB wallet that he has now. But he was telling me to buy Bitcoin back when it was very cheap, and at the time, unfortunately, I didn't have the money to follow him into that. So he has a long history in the crypto market. This project, and the idea of him starting his own project actually happened many years ago due to the fact that he wanted to give back to the community. He had a lot of friends and family, including myself, who have either been involved in crypto or wanted to be involved in crypto. And unfortunately, as many of you guys know, the crypto industry is extremely volatile, and most of the lessons we have learned, we have paid for. What I mean when I say that is when I first got into crypto, all I did was lose money. And I lost a lot of money to learn how to make money on crypto. And it's constantly evolving faster than most normal people can keep up with, unless you're 100% involved. So Shibtoshi wanted to create a project that was safe for friends, family, newcomers, just a regular everyday investor who can't sit in front of a computer or in front of their phone all day. So this idea eventually developed into this SquidGrow, which he got the idea for a meme coin. As most of you know, meme coins, they kind of surge off of the energy of what's going on in real life. So Squid Game came out, it was popular, and I don't mean the token, I mean the TV show on Netflix. Squid Game came out. So Shibtoshi thought, hey, let's do a play on words here, and we'll start a SquidGrow coin. And real life uh, kind of took precedence over the project at that moment. And then the Squid Game token launched, and he felt like he missed his opportunity because he didn't want to be a copycat. He wanted to be original. So he missed his opportunity to launch SquidGrow at that time, and Squid Game ended up becoming a rug pull, and a lot of people lost money, and it went public. It's been all over the news. It gave the crypto industry a really bad name. Um, so he was on the fence about whether or not he should continue with this project he had. But ultimately, after consulting with multiple of his other investors, multiple people, he thought it would be a good idea to launch this specific project, make his own name for himself, own core values, and really just separate himself from the others and climb to the top, which we've quickly climbed to the best uh, squid token on the market right now. And every time we do one of these AMAs and people learn about the community, they come to realize that this project is different and we're growing each day. So I hope that answers your question um, for how it got
More than
started.
that, definitely more than that. You added a lot of insight to the question. Now, I have so many of my own, but I'll try to make a format in my mind. I mean, basically the project. I know it all started on the left foot with the, let's say, original Squid being a huge rug pull. Um, that taken aside, you know, we're not gonna leave that as a bad remark. It happened. It's not the first one. I think back in the baby Doge days, there were so many rug pulls until the big one came. But still, you guys succeeded. And let me state, and not state, maybe ask you, if I'm not mistaken, you guys launched somewhere in June. Maybe that's the proper time frame. And you guys hit your all time high, maybe close to this month of July. Now, where I wanna take this question is, at some point in time, I'm gonna be interested to know how how bad has the bear market affected you guys? Because if we take a look at the chart, it doesn't really look like it's having a, let's say, a deep impact on your chart. You're nearly 2x from the all-time high, 2x down.
Yeah, so I'll speak to that question to the best of my ability. So the bear market is affecting everybody, and I think what it's most heavily affecting us is a lot of people are scared to invest their money right now. I don't feel like the bear market has affected us um, as far as people selling to try and make money. Most of the people who are buying, as you can see, the chart stabilized at 1.5 million market cap, and it's stabilized. People are holding. So this token is not even a month old, and we did reach our all-time high of, I think it was at 4 million market cap or just under. And I wish I was more prepared for this meeting, but taking on representing the team token at the last minute, I'm just going to have to give rough estimates because I cannot have exact numbers in front of me right now. So they reached their all-time high. It's back down to 1.5. Um, yeah, the bear market. I think once people start hearing about us, once people start seeing that it is a safe project, we will continuously see slow growth, which, in my opinion, as an investor, is what I'm looking for. I don't know what others are looking for, but I want slow growth. I think that they will see us as a stable object in the middle of the ocean right now that they can cling on to, somewhere to put their money to hold it safe. Um, so does that answer your question?
It does, and while I don't have an exact number myself, I'm just gonna do the quick math for everybody, for the 75 people that are here. Given your current 0.0000, I think it's 1615 right now price, that gives you 1.6 million market cap. So I'll say that your all-time high was just over 4 million. Now, as an investor myself and as a long time holder for quite some projects, this is the type of chart that I want to see. Why am I stating that? I mean, sure, maybe some of you think because I'm hosting the token. No, that's not the reason. But if you take a look at the chart at the progress, there isn't a huge spike up and a huge spike down. there are multiple variations. This looks like a heartbeat, which I mean, it's it's not an irregular heartbeat. It's actually like a regular one. It's what would you like to see in terms of organic growth? So I'm not seeing a huge spike up, which means everybody bought in because it's the FOMO, and then a huge spike down. The pre-sellers are out, or the private sellers are out, or so on and so forth. This is a beautiful chart, if I may add. And the current price, and this is another thing, and you actually made a good point there, Huntsman. Uh, People are not selling. That's the most important thing. Sure, money's not coming in, but in the end, so many projects are missing it. It happens. It's a bear market. We're scared. We don't have the liquidity. Blah blah blah. So many other variables. But the important thing for the development of a project is that people are holding, and people are not keen on saying, whatever, 60% down, I'm just going to take the 40% and run. No, it has utility, which we're going to go into. Definitely, I love the community so far, although I'm not a part of the group. I'm going to be honest with you, but it does look like you have a solid community that's supporting you. That's what the chart is telling me right now. Again, we're not looking for exact numbers here, but that's how I see it. So tell me about the project itself. Um, what are some of the utilities, or how do you guys, maybe the team, as far as how did they design this to function as a token?
Yeah. So real quick to recap about the chart, I agree with you. The chart is extremely healthy. This is what I'm looking for as an investor. The slow growth is the most stable. Anyone who knows the story of the three little pigs talks about one that built its house of straw and one of wood and one of brick. And I do not want this project to be a straw project. I want it to be a strong foundation, which we're building right now in the community. It seems like every community member who's joining is bringing something to the table, which is extremely important, whether it's just being part of the Telegram group or actually offering a service to us, from our profile pictures to connections to just adding another voice to talk. So that is what gives us strength in the project. The money will come. We just have to overcome these outside forces that we're dealing with, which is political, geopolitical, uh, and the inflation and everything that everyone knows that's affecting the market right now. So the second part of the question that you had, as far as the utility, I actually just saw RW pop on, who is one of the official SquidGrow team members. So I'm going to ask you to just unmute him and let him step in and answer those questions about the token utility.
Definitely. Let me just maybe I'm missing him. Let me just take a look here, because I think I saw him earlier. Okay, there you go. Allowed to speak. Yeah, he's unmuted.
Hi guys, how we going?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining, my man. So yeah, definitely
Yeah,
you have the
thanks for
floor.
having me. Sorry I'm a
Sure.
little bit late. It's 5 a.m. here and my alarm didn't go off.
Jesus, 5 a.m. Did I understand this
Yeah,
correctly?
yes,
Oh,
that's correct. I'm in Australia.
well, man, whatever you are, honestly, 5 a.m. is 5 a.m. I mean, we should all be sleeping at that time. So yeah,
Yeah, so
okay, let's.
apologies.
No worries, my man. No worries. Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to apologize for waking up at 5 in the morning. We definitely appreciate the effort. It's 10 for me in the evening, so I got the whole night going. Definitely, yeah, sure. Answer whatever questions you like and you can. We were just talking with the Hutsman about the utility and the vision of the project. So definitely take it away and make it your own.
Yeah, of course. So thank you so much for stepping in, Huntsman. I appreciate that. So basically, SquidGrow currently has three live utilities. We actually launched our first two utilities in our very first week. Um, so our first utility was just general native token staking, which currently has an APY of about 200%. Um, And our second utility was LP staking, which has an APY of 400%. And our third utility that we released was a lottery utility. And unfortunately, actually, our lottery utility has actually just been under maintenance at the moment. So it's actually not currently live. But we're very proud of our staking utilities, and we've actually had more than 30% of our supply staked, almost from the very beginning as well. These utilities, they were, so the I'm not sure how much detail Huntsman went into about the core team of SquidGrow, but we have a number of members on the core team of SquidGrow, and we also have some kind of silent members on the team of SquidGrow as well. And one of these members is actually a CEO of an exchange on the Binance Smart Chain. And he is actually the person who has developed most of our utilities. He's also the person who has developed our website. And we've been very thankful for this. It's really because of him that we've been able to get out so many utilities very early. And the way that we've been able to operate is really we've had utilities under development, and we don't usually announce them to the community. We just drop utilities as they happen.
Awesome. So definitely surprising your community with what you guys have prepared. So let
Yeah,
me do a quick recap. You said 200% for your token staking, and then 400% um, for your LP staking, APY that is. And then the
that's
third one,
correct.
awesome. So then the third one, which is the lottery utility, is currently under maintenance. Maybe an estimate when you guys think it's going to be, let's say, fully deployed.
Yeah, so I mean, it was fully deployed and it was up and running. So I'll just yeah, the lottery contract, we actually bought the lottery contract, and it's an audited contract that has been audited by Certic. So it's completely safe and sound, but unfortunately, it ran into some issues recently. So we have been in in contact with the company that we actually bought the smart contract from, and they're currently doing some maintenance, and it should be up and running very soon. I was in talks with the dev actually last night, just before I went to sleep. So it shouldn't be too much longer.
Okay. So it was live, but then stuff happens, and you guys needed to put it in the maintenance.
That's
Did you mention you guys actually have a Certic audit?
No, not ourselves. What I was saying was that the lottery smart contract has actually been audited by Certic. So we bought that from a third party company. So just saying that the lottery smart contract, that itself has been audited by Certic. But the SquidGrow contract, yes, we are audited, but we are audited by Solidity.
Well, it's still, I mean, the second biggest name. So your third utility, which is under maintenance, is audited by, um, I'm not biased, but in my opinion, they're top notch, the best, Certic. And then
Yes.
your contract itself is Solidity. Now, for everybody out there, I don't have anything against other auditors, but when it comes to thoroughness and let's say utility deployment in a proper way, Certic and then Solidity are probably best in my opinion. So it's not like we're making a huge difference. Having the utility audited by Certic is actually a big deal. I think I mentioned this quite some time in quite some AMAs. Certic is not what it used to be. They're actually refusing utilities and projects right now if they don't consider they're let's say properly done. So they're not all about the money. Probably you guys can agree to this as well. You wouldn't know because your utility is ready to be deployed and to fully function after the maintenance. But it's quite a
Yes.
big deal to be audited by Certic, even though it's only the utility and the contract by Solidity. Solidity is actually quite a big name these days. I'm looking at their history, and I mean, basically, I think last year they used to take maybe a week or two, let's say 3 weeks to fully audit, and I think it's way more than that. Can I ask how much did it take for you guys? Maybe I'm wrong.
The audit actually came back relatively quickly. I believe it was, I believe it, yeah, it took approximately a week.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I heard from other let's say projects that it's starting to take a bit more. But even so, everybody knows Solidity. They're top notch as well. So definitely
Definitely.
congrats on that. Um,
Thank you.
Now going along my what I mentioned to Huntsman, my path of questions. Where would you guys say right now, considering that you're launched, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're already listed on Bitmart, right? That happened like
Yes.
a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that's correct. So we listed on Bitmart approximately 2 days ago here in Australia, anyway. And a couple of days before that, we were actually listed on BKEX exchange as well. Um, so we're quite proud actually to be able to say that we are listed on two pretty major exchanges within our first month of operations. Um, and this has all actually come uh, before being listed on CMC or CG as well. So we're actually, this is something that a lot of our community and ourselves say that we've actually never seen before. And we think this is quite bullish as well. We've kind of done this strategically.
That was gonna be my second question. I thought there was an error, or I wasn't actually spelling your token name correctly, guys. I couldn't find you on CoinMarketCap. I wanted to see some details there, and you weren't. So
Yes.
how did that happen? Or I mean, it definitely it's better. Not that everybody knows CoinMarketCap, but it's a huge deal to be listed on
Yeah.
on a on an exchange first.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, like we spoke about this a lot in the background as a team and how we wanted to go about things, but we have we do have a coin market cap application in at the moment. But the way we kind of wanted to do it as well is we wanted to drop the exchanges and then for CoinMarketCap to come as a result of that as well. And obviously, some people who know the ins and outs of what happens in the background here on the BSC will understand as well that once you get listed on exchanges, the listing on CoinMarketCap and the process behind that is far easier as well. So now that we are listed and live on both Bitmart and BKEX, that CoinMarketCap listing will happen significantly faster and smoother.
Yeah, typically with some project, I'll say sometimes there is a doubt with the application for CoinMarketCap. Will they get up? Will they get accepted or not? With
Yeah.
you guys, I mean, you're already on a centralized exchange, so CoinMarketCap is just a formality. Even CoinGecko.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And, at the moment, I mean, there are always changes in the processes happening with CoinMarketCap. And these are, to be honest, things that I didn't even fully understand before we launched SquidGrow. Um, but they are changing the way they look at certain types of coins as well, including meme coins. But obviously, the fact that we have been listed now on BKEX and Bitmart puts us in a bit of a different category as well. But also the fact that when we went live, as I said before, we had two utilities live in our first week, and we had our third utility live in week two as well. So although we are kind of classed as a meme coin, we're more of a meme utility coin.
Yeah, that's for sure. But in the end, and I'll be honest, maybe you can vouch for this. out of all the projects that personally I've invested, just from my experience, meme coins brought the best ROI, without a doubt. And I mean,
Definitely.
and I mean, of course, I'm not gonna compare a meme token with, I don't know, Polygon or Solana. Or I wasn't actually early in Solana, so I didn't actually get the spike. I wasn't early in Matic. Um, I'm not early in pretty much any of the altcoins, but
Yeah.
I'm comparing them, one to the other, meme coin by meme coin, and with the other utility tokens, memes are the best, especially when
Definitely.
you get to because meme token, there were, I'm not going to name them, but there were some attempts to copycat some of the figures. Surely there's only going to be one Doge, and then there's only going to be one Shiba, and there's only going to be one of each. With Squid, I don't even know. I mean, can you guys break the trend and be the Squid on the market, the one that
Well,
everybody's going to refer to, maybe?
well, that's exactly what we're trying to do at the moment. And I think, honestly, we've already separated ourselves in a number of ways from any of the other Squid tokens. I think most of the people here would be familiar with, what went down with the original Squid token. And then again, even recently, like just before we launched, there was, a new Squid 2 token. And again, which has been a bit of a theme and a trend across the BSC of late, really. There are more and more projects that, you know, after a period of time, they become untrustworthy. And unfortunately, there have been a number of these projects which have squid projects, but that was our plan from the very start, and it's something that Shibtoshi speaks on regularly, and he's very passionate about. He wants to change, the BSC, and he wants to make it a safer place. And I think we really have separated ourselves from the other squid tokens in that, well, we are now the number one squid token in the world in terms of, growth and market cap. But we've also like significantly separated ourselves from those other tokens. That none of those tokens were ever listed on any major exchanges. Both Shibtoshi and myself are KYC'd to a number of exchanges as well. So we're putting ourselves in a different category, as I said before.
So I mean, not really trying to gain the monopoly, but be called, and be seen on the space as the trendsetters. Um, can we put that into perspective? Maybe. I mean, is this what you guys are looking for? Because to gain monopoly is, you know, maybe not such a healthy perspective, at least these days.
Yeah. Can you say that again, maybe? Just what is it exactly that you're asking?
No, I wasn't actually asking. More trying to put things
Uh,
into perspective. That you're not trying to
yeah.
gain monopoly over the other meme tokens, but to be called and to be seen the trendsetters, at least for the squid figure, let's say.
Yeah, well, we want to be seen as just the different squid, the safe squid, and to put a bit of a better light on some of those tokens that came before us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Now I'm looking at the roadmap, because honestly, so far the details are so well put into perspective. I don't even want to waste time with the boring questions. We figured out most of the interesting things, but I have a couple of them still to figure out. So looking at the roadmap, you guys kind of adapted. I mean, I'm looking at your roadmap in perspective, and it's stating phase 4, centralized exchange listing. That basically happened already. Um,
Yes.
what would you say? Because I mean, a token with this intelligence, and I'm talking intelligence in the chart, intelligence in the team, and in the way that the development is being done. You guys are adapting. You're taking from phase 4, putting into phase 1, because it can be done. Have you pushed something let's say from phase 3 to phase 4, or to
Well,
to
yeah,
adapt. Yeah.
as we just spoke of before, like I think we're definitely doing things, you know, outside of the mold, like a little bit different to how things are normally done. And we just spoke about that in the fact that we were listed on major exchanges even before we're going to be listed on CMC. So we have chosen to do things in a little bit of a different order. But we've chosen to kind of come out hard and fast at the start and really show people who we are and what we plan on doing in the space. The fact that we've, listed on some major exchanges in the earlier parts of our roadmap, doesn't take away from the fact that, that's going to be a big part of our roadmap going forward as well. We've said this a lot in other AMAs and we say it a lot to our community, but these first two exchanges that we've listed on are really just the first in a long line of many exchanges all the way to the top. Um, in terms of our roadmap, like obviously, we've already spoken about utility. Again, these are just some very early utilities for our project. And again, as I've kind of said earlier, how we've announced all of our major announcements to the community, it has come once things are already fully developed and ready to be delivered to the community. And we take that very seriously, actually. So, you know, um, I will say that our roadmap on our website will be rewritten, but I can't go into great detail about, the exact utilities or the exact exchanges or exact things that we will be doing. But what I can say that there are many things under development right now, and we are really only just getting started.
I was actually about to suggest that, to be fairly honest with you, and this is why I mainly brought up the roadmap. First of all, you and again, this is somehow surprising me. You guys launched under. I mean, has it been 2 months? Let's say close to 2 months, maybe, or even two
It's
months.
been almost 1 month. I think it's 1 month
It's 1 month because it's
tomorrow.
June. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
lost in my calendar, my man. I was on August. Sorry, it's one
yeah,
month actually, not 2 months. So
yeah.
look, this is the first time that I'm seeing the roadmap is almost done in a month. And I mean,
Yeah.
almost done in a way. Of course, that doesn't mean that the token's life is ended. You guys need to add more stuff to the roadmap, and this is unseen. I'll be honest with you
Yeah.
guys. We're almost 90 people here, and I don't know if you guys have ever saw this, but a token to accomplish so many things in 1 month. Not to mention, it's a hell of a month with the Fed's meeting and the CPI and the crappy market conditions in which we are. They're accomplishing so many things. I mean, hats off to you guys. That's basically all that I can say. And I kind of feel speechless at some point. Yeah, it's
Thank
hard to
you.
see, man. I'm honest when I'm saying this. It's hard to see in such a market. You guys are doing so many things, man. So many things.
We are, and look, it's been a combination of a number of different things. We have had, a really fantastic team, for the most part, who have, myself and Shibtoshi and a lot of the community mods and admins and other people, devs in the background, have been putting in huge hours from day one, including myself up until today, even, doing I was awake maybe 2 hours ago talking to Shibtoshi, our owner, about, things that were happening in the background. So we're doing massive kind of 18-hour days and stuff like that. And it's not without those things that we couldn't have achieved, the milestones and be really where we are right now. Um, but I guess, and it's something that we've definitely spoken about in the background as well. we haven't really spoken a lot about Shibtoshi so far in this AMA. Um, but for those of you that don't know him, and I wish he was here to kind of tell his story himself. But Shibtoshi was a very early holder in Shiba Inu. He actually bought Shiba Inu on day one. He bought a few $1,000s of Shiba Inu, and he is still holding those bags today. Um, and I can never tell this story as good as he is, but yeah, I guess being who he is, it has allowed us to be in a position. Not just with finances, but also with connections to be able to really develop into the token that we are today, to be able to deliver all the utilities that we have, to almost complete the roadmap, as you've just said. Um, and the other thing with that is, I guess Shibtoshi, he hasn't really worked, a normal job for a very long time. Um, and all of a sudden, we had come together and we had launched this project, SquidGrow, and he's just really come into his own. He loves it. I've not seen someone so passionate about something like Shibtoshi and myself are about SquidGrow, and that really is a huge part of kind of everything that has happened up until now, and going forward as well.
Hey, R-Dub, this is the Huntsman. I kind of want to just chime in a little bit from a friendship
Definitely, please.
perspective, watching him grow through this. So it's funny. He held Bitcoin, I believe, I want to say, no joke, for 7 years before he started selling. And I am watching this as his friend, okay? And through his journey, I went to college, I work full time right now. I'm starting my own company. And I have a family, so I'm very busy. And Shibtoshi, like you said, he hasn't worked in a long time because he has enough money to live like a king. And he would call me and say, "Hey, I'm taking a helicopter out today." And I'm like, "Dude, I got to go to work, or "Hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." And he he is so good at what he does in the crypto industry that I have been waiting for him to finally take on his own, quote unquote, like, company role and bring a ton of other people on his journey. So I want to ask a question to Alex about, when you are looking for a project to invest in, and everyone else on this call, what do you guys want from the team? If you could answer that from me, Alex.
You're gonna be surprised by my answer, my man. Um, we're almost 90 people in the CMA, and I've always stated, when it comes to projects, and this is just me. Um, I'm looking at two things. First of all, lately, I'm not interested in knowing what other projects has the team done. Sure, I mean, if you have a portfolio, maybe you can present it. My expectation is, if possible, to discuss with the team, with the dev, with the marketing guy, with the engineer, doesn't matter, and to see how much passion does he bring to the table. Because if you want to present Squid Grow to me and you're like, yeah, so this is what we've done so far, it looks great, I'm not feeling it, with you guys. And I don't even know Shibtoshi. I wish he was here. I've never spoken to him. um I mean, I don't drive helicopters myself, or have been into one, so maybe that's why. But what I'm looking for from a team is the core concept of a project, to present it and to own it. I mean, to feel the passion that you guys are bringing. With you guys, not only that I feel the passion, I'm going to restate this: in a month of bear market, this is all congratulations from my side to you, because you're putting so much into, actually, you're bringing so much to the table with so few. Because I'm thinking, how much money have you guys brought into the project in a bear market, compared to a bull market? Maybe not so much, and yet you've accomplished so much. What more can I say? I'm looking for honesty. I'm looking for transparency. You guys can be honest and say, listen, us as a team, we have 50% of the supply. It's unvested. It's all released on the TGE. And I still might just invest in that because I respect that you guys were, I'm honest. I respect because you guys were upfront. Does it make sense? Maybe not, but in the end, it's your project. It's the way you envision it, and I respect that in a team. If I mean, I'm never gonna say to anyone how to run their business, how to put things into let's say the community, into development. What do I know in the end? I'm accepting feedback and I'm sharing feedback, but in the end, if you are you want to say, listen, we're gonna list SquidGrow on whatever exchange, although it's gonna hurt us, it's up to you, my man. Go for it. Maybe you know something that I don't. Maybe you have a different vision. So yeah, it's all about the vision and the passion for me, and of course
Yeah.
the
And
project. To sound feasible.
I was hoping that your answer somewhere around that, because I think all of us as investors, and like I said, I'm not part of the team. I am an investor in this token, and what I look for is, can I trust the team, and what are they going to do with the money that I'm giving them? Because here in crypto, time and time again, I see we invest in a token, in a project, and guess who gets rich? The developers and the team. And guess whose money they're using to get rich? They're using our money as the investors. And this project is different in that sense. And I preach that if you're not supporting this project, then you are holding back what we can expect of other teams and other developers, because if we are successful, people will replicate our success. And what that's going to cause is it's going to cause other team members to put the community first. And that's what we should be asking of these people, because realistically, we are giving them our hard earned money to do something with it and saying, I trust you with this. I don't trust you to put it into your bank account to get rich. And that is a huge benefit for having Shibtoshi as a developer, not only because he has money, so he doesn't need yours, but because the quality of his character is unmatched to many people that I know. And he is one of my best friends for this reason, because I can trust him not only with my family, I can trust him to help anyone at any time. I could call him and say, hey, my little brother's in trouble, could you go help him? And he would drop what he has going on and he would go help. So this is the kind of leader that I think will inspire a huge community like we've never seen before. So I hope that that resonates with everyone else on this call, because that's how I feel as an investor.
At least with me it does. And let me share with you one more thing that kind of makes me feel the honesty and the vibe that you guys are putting out there. When I start an AMA or research for a project, I'm just thinking, it is what it is. I don't set high expectations because I don't want to be disappointed. I typically set them low because I want to be surprised. That's just me. Call me crazy. With SquidGrow and typically when I'm hosting AMAs, I'm not setting any expectation. I'm trying to be as biased as possible. With you guys so far, I'm gonna say 80% you convinced me that I should be a part of SquidGrow just by talking to me. We haven't stated you guys could have an angel round or a seed round or a private round that could be released tomorrow. I don't even know. And yet you guys convinced me so far that I should be a part of this. Just by talking. That goes a long way with me. And to be a part of a community that has I mean, such a great um how should we call Satoshi in this area? I think Shibtoshi has everything. He's a friend, he's a mentor. At least how you guys put it into perspective in the Huntsman. I wish I would have the opportunity to talk to him. So if you guys can pass this along, and I'm speaking from the community, tell him congratulations for being a top-notch fellow. At least that's what we would say. um Off the top of my head, that's what I would say. And congratulations for everything that he developed with SquidGrow and in general, to be fairly honest. And thanks for putting this out there so that we can understand what kind of type of what type of person actually he is.
Thank you so much, Alex, and thanks to the Huntsman really for stepping in there. And the Huntsman, he really knows Shibtoshi well in real life. So there is a big difference there as well. Um, and I will definitely pass on what you've just said there to Shibtoshi. I'm not sure where he is at the moment. We've had a very big and busy night, so he may have fallen asleep. But I will also say that Shibtoshi, the difference I guess that I've really noticed within SquidGrow that I've never seen in any other project that I've been a part of on the BSC is that any other project, I've really never been in direct contact with the owners, the developers, the core team members, but something that has been pointed out to us time and time again is that really sets us apart is that you know not just myself, but really Shibtoshi as well. We are contactable. Our DMs are always open, and we really do just receive messages and phone calls from community members and people who are interested in the project on a daily basis. And we're talking to these people firsthand. We're answering these DMs firsthand and having direct phone calls with community members all day, every day. So I will say that I think Shibtoshi will be upset that he missed this one today. But if there ever is an opportunity for him to, jump back in here into Phoenix and maybe have a chat with yourself, Alex, and answer some questions for the community, I think that he will definitely be open to doing that as well.
I sure hope so, my man. But I definitely understand. He has a lot of things to do. So yeah, it is what it is. But you never know. Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Let me think. Do I have maybe some more personal questions? Some of my own. We kind of covered everything, at least from my perspective. Before we jump into some of the community questions, I'm gonna ask you guys: is there anything maybe that we've missed, and maybe I've missed? I'm gonna keep the big marketing questions because definitely there are some in the
Hey,
chat.
hey, real quick, I
Yeah.
got some good news. This is the Huntsman. I just blew up Shibtoshi's phone and told him to get up and get on the call, so he's hopping on right now.
Amazing.
Oh, awesome, my
Well
man.
done.
Awesome. Let me know
Well
when he
done.
joins. Yeah, definitely. Uh, I don't even know. Should we ask questions? Should we wait for him?
Yeah, so look, I'm not really sure what was covered in the time just before I jumped on, but it sounds like Huntsman really covered the bulk of what needed to be said as well. Um, I think that you will all be you know very very happy to hear from Shibtoshi as well. He's a very humble guy. He's quietly spoken. And it really sets him apart from a lot of the other developers I have seen in this space as well. So he's quite an interesting guy, and I think you'll look forward to hearing what he has to say as well.
Definitely. In that case, what I think, I'm just gonna do a small summary before he joins, because I'm gonna let the community talk directly to him. It's even better that way.
Great.
In terms of what we spoke with the huntsman before you joined, yeah, I think he did a tremendous job. He was honest with us from the beginning, and he said that he may not have the answers to all the questions, which we respect. Sometimes the questions can be a bit tricky, or we're nitpicking, or so on and so forth. uh I think Shiptoshi just joined. Let me okay, you're unmuted, my man.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks for having us.
Well, definitely, it's going, my man. We've heard so many good things about you, so I'm gonna let you introduce yourself a bit before I start with the quiz.
Okay, well, hey everyone, I'm Shibtoshi. I'm the owner of SquidGrow. RDub's my CFO. I believe Huntsman's online also. Um, I have been in the crypto space since 2011. I got in early-ish with Bitcoin. Essentially, I was utilizing Bitcoin for online casino gambling for poker rooms, and that's kind of how I stumbled into the crypto space. Um, had a good group of friends that were into crypto, didn't really understand it, but slowly but surely started getting into it. As I said, kind of fast forward, one of my other buddies was into the stock market, and I kind of converted him into crypto, and he's actually the one that stumbled across Shiba Inu for me. And we had a group of friends that invested into that, and bothered me about buying SHIB for a couple hours straight. I finally relented, and the type of guy that I am, I had to buy more SHIB than all seven of them together, and that's essentially what happened. Um, Over the years of me being in the crypto space, excuse me for a second, I'm just getting situated. Um, as everybody can imagine, I've had my fair share of rugs and scams. Huntsman's been into a couple honeypots with me, unfortunately. But we've just seen over the past months that the space is just kind of going down the hill. It's plagued by people that don't have the same morals and beliefs as myself. Um, so really, that's kind of what SquidGrow is about. It's essentially just giving the investors a safe place to invest their money in a community that's almost like a family. When I decided to launch SquidGrow, um, I really wanted to kind of model it after one of my biggest investments, Shiba Inu. I mean, it was all community driven. The community went out there and brought in new investors and new community members, and it was the community was really the driving force behind Chip. We didn't really have money coming from our developers to help move charts and market. It was all the community ran. Um, so that kind of touches on that. I can kind of go on and on if need, but does that kind of give a proper introduction?
More than proper, to be fairly honest. And uh, your CFO and Huntsman, which I understood is probably one of your best, if not the best friends.
Oh
For
yeah, I've known the Huntsman for a very long time. I mean, him and I go way back. He's one of my biggest supporters. I see him daily. Um, he's. I'm just glad to have him on this adventure with me. But yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so they kind of introduced us to you and you to us before you actually joined the call. What I want to state from the beginning is definitely congratulations. We're almost 100 people here, and I'm gonna state the obvious. Although uh, less than a month or close to a month since you guys launched, you kind of completed all of your roadmap. This is unheard and unseen, at least by me. If any of us already saw this, good for you. I haven't. I've never seen a token that needs to complete and redo their roadmap in a month and to be listed on a centralized exchange and
Two centralizes exchanges.
two. Sorry, yeah, I was about to say two. uh Man, there are so many things that you guys did that, and all of this has been done with the hard work of the team, with you in charge and in a crappy market. That's what I want to emphasize. Money isn't coming in, that's for sure. Or maybe not that much money, because people are scared to invest, and we're always looking at the fear and greed index, and we're saying, wow, it's 14, it's 15, and we shouldn't invest, and so on and so forth. So I'm assuming, of course, that not so much money is being invested right now, and yet you guys lost 2x from the all-time high that happened back on 1st of July or something like that, if I remember correctly on the chart, which is tremendous. So I mean, this is just unseen in my perspective. So I want to congratulate you. I've already congratulated the team. but I want to personally say congratulations because you guys are doing an amazing job. This is, and I was talking to, I think it was the Huntsman at the beginning or Ardab, I'm not sure. In regards to the chart, you guys have such an organic and healthy movement. We're not seeing huge spikes up. We're not seeing huge spikes down. It's exactly at some point. I've narrowed it down to a minute, and I'm going to try to make this uh, close to a picture if I can. But it's exactly like the heartbeat, my man. It's exactly how it goes, up and down and up and down and up and down. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yo. We've got a damn nice turnout going on out here. I just wanted to say thanks again for hosting us. So I know I missed.
They will lose you there.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Shibtoshi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We've got
Okay.
you.
Okay. Sorry about that. I heard what you were saying, Alex. I'm sorry if my internet must have been a little spotty, but I was saying I know I missed the beginning half of this AMA, but is there any questions that I need to touch base on? Any questions for me personally? Anything of that sort?
Well, to be fairly honest, we kind of covered, let's say, almost everything from the project, all the important parts, all the key aspects and the utilities, and pretty much everything that you guys have done so far. So, I mean, definitely, if you have anything else to be done right now, we're not gonna take this as a lack of respect. We understand if you need to drop, and we appreciate that you actually stepped in to kind of greet us and to explain where you come from and what you did so far. So definitely I understand. If not, what typically I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna take maybe 5 to 10 minutes, select some questions from the voice chat, allow some people to ask their questions in the voice chat, and then we're gonna wrap up. That's basically the plan that I have, Shiptoshi. So if you need to drop, it's not even a problem, my man.
Perfect.
Okay, then let's take some questions in the voice. Patrick, are unmuted. Give us your question, my man. Are you shy, maybe? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Yellow lip, unmuted. Give us a good one, my man.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Great project, Satoshi. I would say because you have been having a great hype. We have been waiting for you to just come and give us some great word. I would say welcome to the team and great project. I would say. And going through your website, and you say that we will continue to grow until we reach the top with market. Wow, that's really great. Going to the top is very, very great. But I would like to ask that what plans do you guys have to go to the top? Because now the market is really, really bad, and you guys want to have some great marketing for you guys to go to the top. And we saying that the market is really bad, and I see that you guys have been doing a great job in your roadmap, and that's really great. So I would like to ask, what plans do you guys have for you guys to go to the top with this BM market? Thank you so much.
I'll take that one. So I'm not sure if you've caught many of our AMAs before, but essentially the way we work here at SquidGrow is we really don't give out much of insider details about what we're working on. We have the philosophy under promise, over deliver. So we don't normally give a step-by-step of what we got working on in the background, just like with every utility and every exchange listing we've had. It's kind of just like, hey, surprise type of thing. But I say that to say this: rest assured, we are onboarding substantial team members to make all the necessary and correct steps to help us to achieve our long-term goal. I know that doesn't really answer your question, but I don't want to get on here and start changing up from our views and goals. We're not going to sit here and promise and preach, what we got going on. Everybody, I'm sure, can't stand it when a development team of a project is promising this and promising that, and months and weeks go by and you see no results. So we're different. We just say that, we're working on things in the background. RW and I are working tirelessly in the background, long hours to make these connections and meetings and do everything that we feel we need to do to achieve our goals. We have onboarded some advisors that have ran projects up into the hundreds of millions of dollars. We've got them on board. So to answer your question, we really can't get into many details. We are still working on a lot of things in the background. We're working on utilities. But I really can't get into much detail on that, buddy. I'm sorry. RW, Huntsman, if y'all want to touch base on that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on this before as well, when we were talking about the fact that we have basically completed our roadmap in under a month. But yeah, I was speaking about utility earlier, and did say pretty much what you just said, Shiptoshi, in that there is definitely further utility under development, and we don't give timelines on when these things are released. But I can say that, there are things happening in the background, and there will be announcements made probably far sooner than the community actually expects it.
Yeah, in RW's defense, we kind of spoke, we touched bases already on this, Shiptoshi and Yellow Lip, and what we've learned so far is that SquidGrow as a concept, they don't try to overachieve. They just do stuff. So they're not going to inform their community this is what we plan to do. They're going to release it and say this is what we did. So yeah, that's just to add a bit from what we already spoke about. Definitely thanks for the question, Yellow Lip. Although it was a let's say hard to answer one, because that's the way the project dealt with the utility so far, and yeah, their roadmap already is completed, as I've said. So definitely,
Hey, I can
definitely a good one.
I can tell
Yeah,
you guys this as someone who maybe gets a little more information than anyone else who's not part of the project. I will say that if you guys are happy and impressed with how this project has been going in 1 month, I think you guys are going to be blown away with what the project has in store.
definitely, I look forward to that. I think the community as well. As I've said, I don't know if Shiptoshi was here already. 80 to 85%. You guys already convinced me to be a part of this. I'm not saying you need to do the 15% left. That's all on me. But I'm not going to go into that right now. So yeah, you have a tremendous team, Shiptoshi. Let me just state that. Oh, Patrick, I think you are already unmuted. So if you're here, yeah, give us a question, my man.
Yeah, my question is, let's say you guys reach your goal of 1 billion market cap. What's going to be the next round of the project? Are you going to transition into a blockchain? And I also want to know your plan to stay in this space for at least 2 to 5 years.
We kind of just addressed that a moment ago, and it's my understanding RW kind of addressed it earlier. We don't really here at SquidGrow get into our game plans of what we're working on in the background. I mean, it's a very valid concern, I think, as an investor, but we're not here to start making promises. We want to be surprising our investors and our community with everything that we are achieving. RW, if you'd like to kind of touch base on this a little more, I'd be okay with that. But we do not, over promise and under deliver. We operate the opposite by under promising and over delivering.
Yeah, thanks, Shibtoshi. The question was actually breaking up for me, so I wasn't able to hear it properly.
He was. Go ahead, Huntsman or Alex.
I was just going to say, I think part of the success to long-term projects is just having a safe place to put your money. You look at something like uh, Shiba Inu, for example. Why did that project last so long? Why is it still around? It's because the community is strong. So this right now is we're building the foundation that's going to carry us into years of success, and the developer and the team are giving us the platform to do it. But ultimately, the developer and the team can only do so much, and then it's up to the community to provide that lasting strength.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
I've got to agree. I've got
you
to
very
agree
much.
with you there, Huntsman. As a team, as I spoke of earlier as well, we will always continue to work tirelessly in the background. We have massive plans for SquidGrow, but at the end of the day, it does come down to a combination of both, the team, the project, and the community. I think, like the Huntsman just said, and that we've touched on a few times, like we do definitely have a very strong community that is far different to anything else that I've seen, in a long time across the BSC. Um, the fact that we've been able to achieve what we have in really what is probably one of the biggest crypto market downturns in the history of the world as well. So our plan really is just to continue building. We will continue building a really strong community. We will continue building a really strong team in the background, and that team will continue to build strong utilities and a strong token so that when we do really fare through this bear market and we come through to the other side, and that bull market starts, there really will be no stopping SquidGrow, and I really truly believe that. Hey,
Yeah, I don't think I mean, anyone can add up to this, to add more details. To be fairly honest, um, there's not. I mean, what I respect from your guys' vision is the fact that you don't need to state this is what we're gonna do. You've proven yourself so far. So if the community is there, they're gonna trust you in a week, in a month, in a year, and so on and so forth. Uh, you know, until the end of the space, basically, because I don't think the token itself has a lifespan. So yeah, definitely. Thanks for the question, Patrick. But again, when it comes to utilities and announcements and so on and so forth, I think it's brilliant how the team has handled it so far, and there isn't even a shadow of a doubt that they can handle it going further. If you can develop and launch and deploy utility in a bear market, I think you can probably say you can basically do it all. Again, that's just my opinion. Let me take one last question. Crypto Legend, you're unmuted. You will be our last question for the night.
Thanks for the opportunity. Great project. Squid Grow is a kind of project which I like. I saw every episode of Squid Game. Yeah. So I just want to know. I would like to know the assurance that your contract will not malfunction later on, as this has been happening to too many projects lately, even after their contract has been audited, and the assurance that you guys won't abandon the project if the market goes too bad.
yeah,
You understood the question?
Did you get that,
didn't.
Shiptoshi?
Not really.
Well, basically, what he asked is there any assurance? It has happened to so many projects, even though the contract is audited. So, is there any assurance that you guys won't dump the project if the market goes to bad? And how will you ensure your investors basically that the funds are as safe as possible? I think that was the question um, that we had. Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, I give my word that we're not going to be dumping. I know obviously there's a certain amount of trust that needs to be gained here, but my project is based on community, and morals, and RW and I share the same morals, uh, as well as the rest of our team. There's always the real threats of people dumping, but in all actuality, RW and I and the team don't have a large control of tokens. Our biggest reserve of tokens is our reserve, and it's about 10%. And that's what we've been using to get onto exchanges, feed our staking pools. That's what that reserve is utilized for. We really don't have chart moving allocations, between the team. Um, Again, I mean, I guess for the everyday investors, I mean, you can't really like give reassurances, I guess, because I mean, without them knowing us personally, like something like the Huntsman, how the Huntsman knows me, I would never do anything to hurt my chart. In fact, I've pumped over $70,000 of my own personal money into the chart, as well as paid for all marketing and all exchange listings out of my own pocket. So if I was wanting to dump my chart, I definitely wouldn't be pouring, $300,000 into my pocket, out of my pocket within the first month. I mean, it's not how it goes. These projects that, are generally scamming, they are really shy about spending money. They hardly market anything. It's all about hype. They're all talk. They don't go out and do anything. We are not afraid to spend money. We are not afraid to bring partnerships on board and hire PR firms and go out and get listed on some damn nice exchanges for a first listing, all within before CMC listing. You know, this isn't one of those projects you're going to get involved in and have to worry about your money. SquidGrow is a place where you can invest and go to sleep and sleep well at night, knowing that your money is going to be there in the morning. Obviously we can't control the market. We can't control our investors. If our investors want to pull profit, if the whales want to dump, we don't have a control over that. Everybody's free to do with their money as they please, but there will be no chart impact done by anybody on my team other than buybacks, pushing the chart up. My team will not do anything that is going to hurt the chart. So aside from that, there's not much reassurances that can be given. I just encourage you to come join the Telegram, get to know the community, get to know the team. We're always available. My DMs are always personally open. You've got concerns, ideas, if you want to just chit chat, you can always stop by and say hello and talk. But this crypto space, has been plagued with some pretty bad devs, and we're setting out to change that. We're not going to be a cause of that. So, I just encourage you to stop by and get to know us a little bit, and maybe, you'd be a little more comfortable, and it doesn't hurt that, the project is backed by me. Like I said, I've done within the first month, I've done $70,000 in buybacks. Obviously it wasn't in one go, but it's not something I normally announce. I just do the buyback. It's not really hard to figure out if you get to looking at the chart, but definitely wouldn't be pouring money into this, and my and losing sleep and pulling long hours with R-dubs and shuffling from one meeting to another meeting, trying to make moves for the project. We're investing a lot of time into this and also a lot of money. So I'm sorry if that didn't exactly answer your question, but RW or the Huntsman's welcome to chime in as well.
No, I think that answers it pretty well. Like in the actual question, he asked about what assurances we can give, even though the token has been audited, and we did speak about that earlier as well. Obviously, we do have an audit with Solidity, and our contract is very safe and secure. So as far as like our knowledge goes, there is nothing that can happen within the contract. But in terms of the team and reassurances that we can give you, like Shibtoshi just said, he has pumped $70,000 of his own money into the project at buybacks at different times, and obviously we're only a few weeks old, so it kind of goes against everything that we and the project are about to um, take money out of the project, and it's as simple as that.
Before we wrap up what has been a wonderful discussion, and again, thank you guys for bearing with us. Let me share with you what I heard as an answer to the previous question. uh, uh, at least from me, and I don't want anyone here to get the wrong idea. Assurances, from my point of view, they don't mean crap. And let me share why. If I were to say right now, hey RW, I want to invest 100,000 or 50 or whatever amount into your project, how can you assure me as an investor that my funds are safe? What are you going to say? You have an audit, then you're not going to sell, and Dev is not going to run with the money, and so on and so forth. Does that make me more comfortable? No. You're basically stating to me what I want to hear. So in the end, it doesn't really matter. What assures you, first of all, that your money is safe, at least, and we're gonna take SquidGrow because this is the project that we're talking to right now, and we have all three guys online. What assures you that the funds are safe, aside from what Shibtoshi already shared with us, the fact that he actually invested his own money and probably will continue to do so should the need be. It remains to be seen. And he paid for listings, and that's all before coin market cap, which is unseen in the space. What assures you in the end that your funds are safe is the fact that they launched a month ago in a full bear market, and they accomplished pretty much everything without stating from the beginning, this is what we're going to do. They aligned the roadmap, they did it, they completed it, they're hosting AMAs, they're being transparent. They have audits with the best two out there. That's Certic on the lottery, and then Solidity for the contract. The team has huge experience. Shibtoshi has been with us for a lot of time, with us as crypto investors, which, in my opinion, and again, this is just me speaking, it means that he knows the market. He's super early in the space. Emotions are out of the question. He's not going to be one of those devs that has no experience at the first dump. Should Bitcoin reach 15K or low, for him to state, oh my God, I need to shut this down because we cannot sustain. No go. No. He will probably know what to do. Should the need be to invest more, he'll probably find investors. He'll list on some other exchanges, and he knows how things are going. That's what I heard as a potential investor in the project. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. In the end, do the research, and that's what's going to assure you that the funds are safe. That's my 2 cents on what Shibtoshi and the Ben the Huntsman had to say. You guys are terrific when it comes to development. I've known you for about an hour and a half, and I already am impressed with what you guys achieved so far. I'm I'm sure, and I'm confident that you guys are going to accomplish even more. I don't even want to know why. It doesn't even matter as long as it's done. Could it be in a month? Could it be in 2 months, in 3 months, in 3 weeks? Doesn't even matter. You guys are going to announce it as you did so far, and that's the brilliant part. One of the brilliant parts of the project. I hope I didn't bore you guys to death with my comments. Basically, long story short, I'm super impressed by your guys' work. I hope to be in touch with you guys because I always try to bring myself up to people like this, at least to have the connection there. You never know; it goes a long way to know people like you. So thank you for bearing with us for over an hour, close to an hour and a half, for answering the questions, for presenting your vision with SquidGrow. We wish you the best of luck in the future. Uh, and yeah, I'm gonna give you guys the floor. Shibtoshi, Ardub, the Huntsman. Yeah, definitely. It's your floor now. End this AMA however you please. And thank you again in the name of Phoenix Holdings for being honest and transparent, my man. It goes a long way with me.
Hey, Alex, this is the Huntsman. we've been part of a few different AMAs, and I just want to say you are a very good host. I'm glad that we all made time to come on and talk with you. I think that you nailed it about why we should feel this is safe. Um, and I'm very impressed with your hosting capabilities. So I want to make that known. Um, Everyone, like Shibtoshi said, if you're not in the Telegram, get in, check it out, be a part of the community, and decide if you want to invest your money into a safe place or not.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the kind words. I really appreciate it. I don't know if Ardub and Shiptoshi. Okay, there he is. Yeah, Shiptoshi. Yeah, sorry for stepping in.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say, thanks for taking time out of your day to stop by the AMA and ask your questions and get to know the team a little bit. Alex, thanks for hosting us. Sorry I was running a little late. I am glad that I was able to catch the last half of it, but thanks for having us. Anybody that's not already a member in a Telegram, please join. You don't have to invest, just stop by, get familiar with the community and the team, and any questions you might have, feel free to ask.
Yeah, I was waiting just to see if Ardub wants to say a couple of. Okay,
Yeah.
there he is.
I'll jump in quickly. Yeah, I'll just add to what Shibtoshi said and just say thank you so much for having us here today. It was a real pleasure. It was a really kind of organic, nice AMA. Even though both Shibtoshi and I jumped in a little late, it's really kind of a reflection of how many hours we've been putting in the background at the moment. So I do apologize that we were late, but I will say thank you again. Thank you so much for having us.
It was a true pleasure. Thank you, the Huntsman, for stepping in while Ardub and Shiptoshi were preparing to join us. Thanks, Ardub, because I think you said it's 5 a.m. for you. It's man, I don't even want to be in your shoes right now. Thank you, Shiptoshi, for taking the time to join us and to share with us a couple of things about yourself, about the project, and about the way that you guys run things there. Again, it was a pleasure. Thank you to the kind words. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you to everybody for the questions. Alex, as always, a pleasure hosting you guys. I'm already a part of the Telegram, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna throw something out there I don't want to miss on this. I want to be a part of this because I really love how you guys put things into perspective. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless, man. I look forward to the updated roadmap whenever you guys have that. Thanks a lot to everybody. And yeah, that's all from my side. I wish everybody a good evening, especially Ardub a good day because it's pretty much starting for him right now. And yeah, much love to everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. Best of luck, you guys.
Thank you so much. Okay,
Gosh.
bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye for now.